comics with kids.
And Charlie, who is usually never here first thing in the morning for these last few, you know? All of a sudden, Charlie's the first one awake. That's new. That's different. What happened?
I don't know. I just woke up and was like, I can't go back to sleep. So I got up and
You
went
were
down
ready to
here.
go today? Ready? Charlie was ready to go. Okay. Good to know. We did an unboxing last night. That was a whole lot of fun. Hey, CFAP, first one in the chat. Good morning, man. Hello to you. And Gorilla Todd, who was on book club a week and a half ago. Good to see you. Good morning. We are just waking up around here. Charlie just had her breakfast. Just impressed that Charlie was up here so early this morning. She's usually the last one. Last one to arrive. Oh. And Kate's bringing some goodies.
We're just key. It doesn't matter.
You're not really doing that right now, are you? Okay, good. You got all three of them? Good. All right. Ooh. ASM 129 and Symbiote Spider Mike, good morning. I'm not missing one now. Well, I've got a half a Kate. She's peekabooing there. Rob Boswell, happy anniversary to you, sir. Is it? I think he said 28 years married. Fantastic. Unbelievable. Amazing. TK says, it's Charlie. John's Comic and Kids. Good morning to Luke Hydra Collectibles. He's been dropping some great videos. If you're not following Hydra Collectibles, you're missing out on a lot of really fun stuff. He did a thing on Storm that I thought was really great. He's got one coming up here soon that he's working on that he gave me a sneak peek on. Sounds amazing. Gorilla Todd says he's already hit a garage sale and he got 51 comics for $10.
51?
51 comics for $10. Kachung, good morning to you. Ooh, there's a nice little run of X-Men behind me. This is the run I'm slowly filling in little by little. I don't even look that old. I know, right, Rob? No Good Comics, good morning. No Good just finished his first read-through of House of X and Powers of 10. And he's been posting on his Instagram as he goes along. So congrats to you for finishing that great story and one of the best ones from last year, obviously. So hopefully you really like it. Yeah, gotta love these early X-Men. They're really great. Both the girls this morning, what are you guys up to today? Well, hopefully Charlie and I are reading Harry Potter today. I'm predicting at least 2 chapters today. And you're gonna have to make it happen.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm predicting a movie.
You want a movie today?
James
Ooh,
Bond.
please don't spill.
James Bond.
No, we don't have any more of the James Bond. The next one is not. You have to pay for it.
So I've introduced the girls to James Bond, and they've watched a couple of James Bond movies. You're kind of hiding over there. We can't really see you.
I'm reading.
I'm
Charlie was in
reading.
too.
And so they've watched a few, and we started, of course, with like Dr. No, and Goldfinger,
I didn't actually watch
and From Russia with Love. So we did like the original 3 movies.
Then they stopped.
And then Amazon took them off of Prime, so we're kind of out of luck now. We got to find wherever they've moved those movies over, and so we can watch some of them again.
Hulu, maybe?
Yeah, Rob, Sean Connery all the way. Charlie likes Connery, but we had seen him in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and we'd seen him in The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, he was funny.
So they knew older Connery. They didn't know like young Connery in the crazy clothes, man. Those movies are so dated. Those Bond movies are so dated.
But that bathrobe and Goldfinger.
Oh
that
my
he's
gosh,
just
he
wearing.
wears this like terry cloth one piece like jumper bathrobe thing. It's got shorts,
Oh my
right?
God.
He steps into the shorts and he pulls it up, but then it's got like a collar and short sleeves, and it zips right up the center.
It's like a wetsuit.
And it's got a belt. I think it's even got a belt.
It does.
It's so bad.
Is it like a wetsuit with?
No, it's
with
terry
not
cloth.
longer-
It's like a towel material.
That's really.
Like
Because
this
it's supposed to, like, you
material.
get out of the pool and you put that on over your bathing suit and it dries you off.
That's when he walks over to like inspect with Goldfinger over there,
No, well, yeah, he sees Goldfinger playing cards
and
or
then
whatever.
he sees like he sees.
Yeah, the
earpiece.
baby blue jumper. Yeah, Rob. I mean, it's bad. It is a bad costume and hilarious. So again, I think it's very dated. The way he treats women, he's always like, he slaps this woman on the butt or whatever. It's like really off. But of course, like, it's the history of Bond, so that when you get to things like Casino Royale or GoldenEye, like, you've earned the history. Ooh, there's some good Bond talk. I want to say hello to some people in the chat, though. I don't want to miss anybody. A bunch of people have been jumping in, and I'm so sorry that I didn't say hello to some people. Like Dylan. Dylan was on Hero and the Kid this morning. They did a great show. They did their live premiere this morning of their show, and Dylan, you were awesome doing indie comics reviews. So shout out to Dylan.
Fuchsia.
Wolf Blitz, good morning to you. I saw Fuchsia, yeah. Scott Evans. I was getting to Fuchsia. I just wanted to get back up to anybody that I missed at the top. I missed somebody. I don't want to miss it. K. Titus, good morning. Arigato gozaimasu. He is in Japan.
Oh, cool.
Dylan says, if you're a fan of James Bond, I'd recommend checking the Dark Horse Indie Bang by Matt Kint, who did Folklore. It's really, Dylan, that's cool. I'll have to check that out, man. Kirk from Comics on the Mind. Do you have Comics on the Mind? Do you have Comics on the Mind?
And pops on.
No, I have.
You have Pops on the Mind. Yeah, you guys have Pops on the Mind this morning. Comic Book Fever is in here. Mr. Gorell is in here. And we got Sing J and JP. Good morning to you. And there's Fuchsia. Hello to you, Fuchsia. I don't think I missed anybody, but I'm sorry if I did. I didn't want to
If
get going.
you
But there's a
did,
lot
then
of great
there's-
comments on
Mr. Garrow.
Konnichiwa o genki desu? O genki desu ka? Sorry. Konnichiwa o genki desu ka? At the very top there. The top one.
I remember that from. What was her name? Our Japanese teacher.
Tacoma Comics, good morning to you. I was just about to shout you out, and I'll actually do it by letting you girls share some pops here in a sec.
Ayumi Sensei.
Yesterday was Comic for Pop Swap, or just Comic Pop Swap. Both of those hashtags were all over YouTube. I watched a ton of great videos and unboxings, and you can thank Mr. Tacoma Comics, and you can thank Miss Mama J over with Pop Comics. You can thank these two great YouTubers for coming up with this really fun idea. And then last night, my girls unboxed our mystery box. I highly recommend watching the video. Kind of explains this whole phenomenon and this really, really fun thing that Tacoma helped put together. So which one do you want to share, Charlie? She got she got a bunch of pops yesterday.
I got this one.
Which one? Captain Marvel. And there she is in her, like, final suit, the one that she kind of wears for most of the movie, right? There she is. Carol Danvers in all her glory. Should we put her back here? There she balances.
Yeah.
Their heads are pretty wobbly. I mean,
Yeah.
the other one's balanced, but
There you go.
I don't know
No,
about
the girl
Carol.
on that Uncle Captain Marvel.
Oh, she's on that. Yeah, she's in this cover, isn't she?
But I want to follow me.
There she is.
There she goes.
There's Carol.
Kate
All right, and Kate,
Turner.
which one do you want to share? This one? Mm-hmm. So we got Argus Filch, the caretaker of Hogwarts, and his cat, Mrs. Norris. She's in his arms right there.
She's the one who gets petrified.
Yes, she does. Yeah, in one of the books, she gets petrified. Does he stand
And
okay?
back to Charlie, I think it is.
We'll get to more of them. So we swapped some comics. We sent a mystery box of comics off to a pop collector. A random pop collector sent us a mystery box of pops, and all of it was sort of based on a little questionnaire we filled out. And it was just to find out kind of fun way to mix our two YouTube communities. It was a lot of fun. So just wanted to shout that out. If you, I highlighted Tacoma's live stream where he unboxed his last night in my community tab, so you can click over there and find his. or you could watch my last night's video, and I've got all the YouTube channels listed there that you can click on each YouTube channel and find all the different ones. Sorry, I missed all the James Bond talk. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything good. Let's see.
Dr. No.
Did somebody mention Dr. No?
No, but I just saw someone.
I'm pretending to type, says Mr. Gurrell. There you go. What do you use to hold your comics on display? Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see here. What did Mr. Gurrell... Oh, okay. So, I've built these out of Legos. Should I take one down?
Not the
This
one.
one, I'll take down.
Die.
Issue 1. Can you take good care of it?
Gonna die.
I just used Legos, and I built a little stand to kind of hold it. It's got a sturdy backing piece and then a sturdy front piece, and the front piece is low but has ridges to hold it. So I used a platform piece, and I gave it a little bit of weight, and that's my comic display case. You want to hold it, or do you want to get rid of it? You're like, I don't want to hold it. Delphia started watering her garden. Yep, you guys always gardening on Saturday. Good for you, getting outside. Whoa, where is it? There we go. You go? Okay, here we
Okay, Daddy, you share your first book, then we'll go back to props, and then we'll share your
And we'll
share.
go back to kids.
go. Dylan's asking about people's favorite Bond films. I will say, I used to say Goldfinger was my favorite, and I still really, really like it. But when you go back and re-watch those old Bond films, I really don't think they hold up very well. I really am feeling like they're not as good as I remember them being. So I don't know. I've got to continue rewatching them. I got a bunch to do, and Charlie wants to see all of them. She's really enjoying them.
Oh, we ran out of order, didn't we? With Love
A
from
little
Russia.
bit, but we watched the first three as the first
Yeah.
three. And then Charlie wants to see Dr. No because she didn't see all of it. But she
I
saw
saw it.
Goldfinger and
I was
Russia
at
with Love.
the part where we actually meet Dr. No, and then from there.
yeah. Old Wolf and Just a Rican are in the chat. Hello, guys. What did Fuchsia say? Pops are addicting. Well, that was definitely my girls for sure. So let's see. What could I share? You girls both shared something. This morning, I finally finished volume number 1, the first 13 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man by Bendis. Whew, that was a lot of reading, and I've been slow on my reading this last couple of weeks. But I've really enjoyed this. I think it's a really fun read for a way to get into Spider-Man for people that have never read or didn't really understand or know the universe of Spidey. What a great way to dive right in. So I really enjoyed this, and I've already got the second volume picking right up where this one ended. You get a great fight, a couple of great fights with Kingpin in here. You get his first time trying to kiss Mary Jane. He even tells Mary Jane he's Spider-Man at the end here. There's a lot of really fun twists and turns of the early days of Peter Parker as Spider-Man, and I really enjoyed this story. Have you read all of them? Or just you skimmed them a little, right?
Yeah.
I went through, read it all. I will say Peter Parker's hair is horrible, but it's kind of the fun of it, I think. If anyone needs any Funko Pops, I got plenty I need to get rid of. Like, for real, though, I need to clear up some space. Oh, Dylan sounds like he's selling some... Sounds like Dylan's selling some Funko Pops now. Thunderball is a really good one. I got to watch that one again. Comic Book Fever. I kind of feel that way, JP, that the Daniel Craig ones are so great. Like, Casino Royale might end up being my favorite Bond film of all time. It's so good. But I think it's unfair to Connery and those guys because I think Daniel Craig got the best script. And I think Skyfall is one of the best ones, too. I think those two scripts are way better than a lot of the ones that the other guys were getting. Certainly better than anything Pierce Brosnan ever got. I think Pierce Brosnan got some of the worst scripts of anybody who's playing Bond. So it's hard. It's not really fair to those guys, but yeah, it's tough. Old Wolf, it could be a starting line. I think this would be a really logical Spider-Man starting line, but yeah, it's tough. Plus, this volume even contained, at the very back, Amazing Fantasy 15. They reprinted the pages from the first appearance of Spider-Man ever at the back here. Did you notice that when you were reading it?
Oh yeah, the like original
Did you notice it?
story of Spider-Man.
Yeah, at the very
Yes.
back here, the final pages,
Yes.
they reprint Amazing Fantasy 15. So they give you the entire AF-15 storyline at the back here. And you can reread the actual story by, you know, Ditko and Stan Lee, and it's got everything. It's got the whole thing reprinted. I'm sorry I lost your page.
It's okay.
Hello, 1-2 Comic Talk.
I can find it.
Good morning to you, Kevin. And Samination, good morning to you. Sanimation. Metaphorical, he's another guy in this Comic Pop Swap. And if you watch Tacoma's video that I put on my community tab, you'll see Meta's over there too. Awesome dude.
Awesome theme song. Remember?
You like Meta's music? And he's got a great new banner too. The top of his YouTube channel has a really tight new banner. Really well done. Nicely put together, brother. You have a book you want to share, Caters?
I have 3, but I think I'm gonna put one away.
Well, why don't you pick the one you want to share most? All right, here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
It's called Upside Down Magic.
Upside Down Magic.
It has 3 authors because there's no pictures in it, so they have to be authors. And
Okay.
so it's Sarah Malinowski, Laura Miracle, and Emily Jenkins.
Okay.
And this one's called Whether or Not. This is the 5th book.
Oh, so there's a series of these. Uh-huh. Hello to Backseat Driver and Millions Information Booth.
But like, so. Yeah, I know this one. Okay. So Willa is one of the people in Upside Down Magic class.
Okay.
And these people, everyone in the world, their world, has magic.
Okay.
And there's 5 categories of magic you can be in, and then there's upside down magic. That's kind of like a twist with it.
Okay.
So there's flares, fuzzies, flickers, fluxers, and flyers.
Nice.
Yes.
I like
think
the
we have-
alliteration of all that.
I know, right? We call it the 5 Fs. But
That's almost the 5 FLs. Fla, 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 fla. Right? That's
But
the alliteration of it.
which
It's
one
really kind of
breaks
cool.
it? Fuzzies.
Fuzzies, there you go. Which I was thinking would be your sister's style. It sounds like it has to do with like furry animals and things.
True.
Sounds like you'd be a fuzzy.
But I mean, if you turn it into if you're a fluxer,
Oh,
then
Katie Kaboom says, Kate and Charlie, you're awesome.
thank you.
What about me? Nice to have you here, Kate. It's coffee in the morning. This is actually tea. I got a bit of the British in me. Clearly, my heritage-wise, very British. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I just want to say hi to people when
It's
they come in the
okay.
chat.
But like, so basically, Elliot, there's a bunch of people in the class. Can I just describe some of them?
I think if we get into the details,
Not
we get
all of
lost
them,
on the
not all
story.
of them.
I know you. Kate
But
loves
the
the
main
details. She loves
character.
all the little pieces
The
in a
main
story.
character is
Well, then you
named-
got to lean in more if you're going to
The
really
main
go and
character's
launch it.
name's Nori Horace, and basically the first book's all about her, and then the books kind of change per point of view, I guess. Because this one's all about a girl named Willa who makes it rain indoors.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you can like guess what all the 5 F's are.
Okay, well, flight obviously is pretty simple, right? They're
Yeah.
flying. You said furry. I said it has something to do with animals.
Yeah, you can talk to animals and like
Okay.
make them eat things they don't want to eat.
I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. Flare?
Yeah,
Is that like fire or
Yeah.
light? Or is
Yeah.
that more light?
it's
Fire and light?
no, it's just fire.
Okay, just fire. Okay. Kate and
Forest?
Charlie show and the other guy.
No.
Says Kevin.
There's a flicker.
And I hear John say he had whiskey in his coffee. I did not say that. I had tea. I'm Irish, but not that Irish. I'm more English. So this is English breakfast tea.
And then there's flickers and fuzzies. Or
Flickers.
flickers and fluxers.
Fluxers and fluxers are probably electrical.
They're the ones who can turn into the animals. Like Nori.
Oh, they can change their appearance.
Yeah, but most people
Okay,
can't.
flux. I get it. Fluctuating means changing. Okay. And then what? So I got
Flicker.
Flicker. Is that the only one I'm missing? Flight, Flare, Fuzzy,
Fluxer,
and then Flicker. Flicker. Is that like time travel or something? No, what is it?
It's invisibility.
Ooh, invisibility. Nice.
And it's very rare that a flicker can turn an entire room invisible. So like
Katie Kaboom says her daughter is crawling on the floor with an Archie comic. Dalton's GoldenEye is
He's got good.
Timothy Dalton's not in GoldenEye. That's Pierce Brosnan. That's Pierce's first movie. But Dalton, I like License to Kill. License to Kill is dark. And you get darn it, what's the guy who's the collector? Benicio del Toro is one of the bad guys in one of his first movie roles in that Bond film. That was a good one.
Okay, so the people in Upside Down Magic, they're really easy to describe. Andres is an upside down flyer. He can't come down from the ceiling
Okay.
because of an accident, including a fan.
So he's stuck on the ceiling.
He's
What if he
literally
goes
stuck.
outside? Does he
He has
float
to
away
have a
to...
leash.
Really? Because he'll fly off? He'll float away.
Yes.
Wow. He's like the Oompa Loompa that drinks the fizzy lifting drinks and will float off
I
to
know,
the moon,
right?
right?
And
Because he won't burp.
yeah, but that's basically what happens. Someone burns his leash and Nori has to like walk out to save him.
What?
Nori is an upside down fluxer. She can mix her animals, which
Okay.
is usually what upside down fluxers can do. As you can see, she's a dragon cat.
I saw the dragon cat. That's a cool look. So that's
Yeah.
a student who's stuck in the appearance of a
She's
dragon
not
cat?
stuck in it. Like
Okay.
she can transform back
But she
and forth.
chooses to go into that. Or
Yeah,
she-
but
that's the
sometimes
main
when
appearance
when
that she
fluxers
takes.
get stressed, they transform into
Gotcha.
animals. And she has trouble like keeping her human mind because the cat can like kind of overpower your mind.
Gotcha. I think I saw Rod say something like he's doing something fun on his show this afternoon. So make sure you're subscribed to the Just a Rican and his comics channel because he's doing good stuff. Coast to Coast Comics today.
And then Bax can turn into a rock, and then he can't transform back.
Gotcha.
He can turn it
Okay.
into objects. Elliot is an upside down flare. He's a freezer, basically. He can freeze things. And then Willa can rain.
Okay.
And Sebastian can actually see sound waves. He's an upside down flicker. He
Okay.
can see sound waves. That's why he has a cone around his head. It's really funny.
Gotcha.
But I think that's it. So, oh no, Marigold is an upside down. They don't know what she is upside down of, because she
Kevin says he wants a dragon cat. Do you want a dragon cat? Or you want to turn into a dragon
What
cat?
is a dragon cat?
Well, look on the cover of Kate's book.
Nori.
Nori the Dragon Cat from Upside Down Magic is what we're talking
I
about.
would want to be a dog.
But she fails an exam to get into her father's
Comic
school.
Book Fever agrees.
But
You're at the beach? Oh, million information booth. Lucky you. That sounds great. Oh, it's windy though. That's brutal. Yeah, backseat driver. I thought, you know what? I'm starting to fill in this run here a little bit. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put a bunch of them up. They are some of my favorite X-Men covers of all time. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna highlight some of that. 96 through about 112. That's what this run is. The early X-Men issues. There's obviously some gaps. I don't have all of them, and I have one of them in a slab, and it's in a box. I didn't want to get it out.
So
Thanks, CFAP.
Nori fails an exam to get into her father's school, which is like the best magic school ever.
What's it called?
It's called Sage Academy.
Kate remembers everything. She has an amazing memory for this stuff. I almost test her just to be like, what's it called? Do it. And
Sage
she's like,
Academy?
oh, Sage Academy, I don't know. She
My
just
teacher
has it.
did that one time. Like Mr. Mike, I was reading Island of the Blue Dolphin. I finished the chapter like way before everyone else. He was like, "What happened in it?" And I described everything. And he was like, "Oh, great
Because
job."
there's always that kid that tells you they read it, but they didn't, right? And he was checking to see, and Kate, of course, is like, can't fool me, man. I read it. It's right in here. She's like that about the Greek myths, which I have a video I'm going to be posting on my Instagram that Kate made. She had a report on...
Okay, who
specifically-
started the Trojan War?
Yeah, who started the Trojan War. And she did an entire video on an iPad for her classroom where she did costumes and characters. Like, it was amazing. I'm so proud. It was like straight up what I would make for my YouTube channel. She made her own. It was so good. I'll catch you later, JP. The image of Charlie with her head buried in Ultimate Spider-Man is amazing. Boop, boop. She's enjoying it for sure. Katie Kaboom says, who's your favorite X-Men character? Who's your favorite X-Men?
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Kate's always been a big Cyclops fan. She loves the storyline where he goes into space with his dad, right? I can't remember who wrote that.
Younger.
Is that Greg Rucka? That's not Greg. I think it seems like Greg Rucka right now in my mind, but it's not. That's a good read though. I'm a Storm guy probably first, but I mean anybody on this new team, I'm a big, you know, I like Nightcrawler, Colossus, Wolverine, Kitty Pryde a little later, Phoenix. Those are the X-Men that I love the most.
Okay, I have a question.
Who's your favorite X-Men, Charlie? Do you have a favorite X-Men character? Jean Grey.
Phoenix.
As Phoenix. That's a good one. Wolverine, enough said. Yeah, hey, it's hard to argue with that. Two boys and their pops. Ooh, I saw his video. Two boys and their pops really put some great time into their videos. And I really enjoyed they are part of this Comic Pop swap. And if you go over to their channel, you'll see their unboxing. They did a great job. Ooh, Meta's picking Jubilee. A Meta and White Whale Comics, they clearly are simpatico on that one. For sure.
But,
good pick.
I have a question for Spider-Man.
Do you like her as the vampire, though, or just like the regular Jubilee? Because she became like a vampire for a while. And then apparently she got rid of the vampire powers. I don't know how that worked out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Cyclops, says Mr. Garrell. Yeah, Cyclops people either love him or hate him. That's kind of how it is.
But I have a question for Spider-Man. Like, okay, his hair is really frizzy, right?
His hair's a little wild. It's a little Harry Potter-esque. Yeah.
But so when he puts his mask on, this happens to everyone. Like, it's literally so slicked back you can't even see the hair.
Yeah, in some of the shots.
That's why I like in every movie, in every comic, when he's Spider-Man. I don't like when he's
You don't
Peter
like
Parker.
this. Yeah, I think some people do Peter Parker's hair in weird ways. Todd McFarlane, who is a very famous Spider-Man artist, I thought could never draw Peter's hair. It was always this like really curly thing that Peter had. And this is, you know, Mark Bagley, who drew Spider-Man probably more than any person that I know of. I think Mark Bagley drew Spider-Man more than anybody. And he does this kind of funny, like shaggy kind of thing going on. Yeah. Rogue is a good X-Men for sure. His favorites, Kachung says, are Phoenix and Magneto and the Goblin Queen. Goblin Queen is awesome for sure. But I can't count her as an X-Men. It's not an X-Men.
Okay, should
she's
we
a bad
share
guy.
a pop with every book we share?
See Beast and Gambit. I
So
see you in the
pop.
chat. Yeah, let's share another pop. You want to go first or second, Charlie? Oh, she's very quiet right now. She's into her thing.
This is kind of like retro.
Jubilee got the most swags. Hilarious. Yeah, that's the Carol Danvers when she does she tests out the way her suit changes colors, right?
I did that perfectly. That's pro scale.
Gambit is a player. Dazzler is a very underrated one. Good pick.
That's true.
Dazzler is way cool. Grew up on the New Mutants and Magic. Magic is super cool. Werewolf by Lunchtime. Good pick. Yeah, Magic is really cool. Her outfit is a little bit Witchblade-y at times. There's a character named Witchblade who basically has like a metal bikini as like her costume, and then these like metal gauntlets that create a sword in her hand. And every once in a while, Magic's outfit is a little bit Witchblade-esque, you know? So I'm always like, eh. But I do like the character a ton, and I think I would be excited to see an interesting version of that character.
Okay.
I grew up on the New Mutants too, for sure.
Okay, Power Girl is really weird.
Power Girl with the boob windows.
Yeah.
But it's just one little gap in her costume that's obviously hard not to look at. But the Witchblade costume is like, what?
But like, Power Girl is super different from Supergirl. Because she's the same person, but she's so, like, look at her. She's really different from Supergirl.
Ooh, yeah. Jubilee with the bubble gum is definitely my Jubilee, for sure. Always got to have the bubble gum. Absolutely.
Like the one in the X-Men. Like,
She's always,
shorts.
like, got a big bubble. She's always popping
Yeah, the
bubble
old
gum.
episodes that we watched.
For
all
sure.
the time.
A team up with Dazzler and Jubilee would be awesome. Somebody says, okay, sorry, Two Boys and Their Pop says, Kate, what young superhero do you think is like you in some ways? And same with you, Charlie. Is there a young superhero that you think is like you? That reminds you of you in some ways? Do you connect with a certain younger superhero?
Well, I know someone, a story that I connect to. Like a few stories that I connect to.
Okay.
Used to.
Go ahead.
But they're not superheroes.
Oh, they're not superheroes?
Yeah.
What are they?
In Guts.
Ooh, yeah, by
I
Raina.
was
So there's a
feeling
great children's or mid-grade kid graphic novelist named Raina Telgemeier, I think is how you say it. And she's got a bunch of great books, Smile, Drama, Sisters, and you're talking about Guts,
Yeah,
right?
and she was like scared of throwing up. She wasn't feeling good, and like things in her life were changing. And
Yeah.
I kind of felt that way when I was starting school.
Right.
I really didn't like how I felt.
Hmm.
And there's another one that's called, there's Friends, and then there's Best Friend, or Real Friends, and then Best Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are good ones.
I feel like that. Like
Hello to
those
NC Slapjacks, and Super Russ says Morph from the TV series, the animated series. Good pick. Colossus is Comic Book Fever's pick.
Cool.
Again, anybody on the new team, you're good in my book for sure. I love the new team.
Morph die in the first 2 episodes?
Well, you never watched Beyond that, so I would have to say maybe. Dun dun dun.
Friend, you know.
Yep. Is Perry in here? Good morning, Perry. He did his Civil War breakdown in 3 parts, and the girls and I watched all 3 of them yesterday live. They were really good. And my favorite moment was when Perry spotted the arrow with Ant-Man on it, and he's like, oh, I've seen that cover, and then he flashed up a little picture for the cover. He was like, what? And then I sent him this morning, or maybe it was late last night, a screen grab that showed the moment when Cap and Iron Man are fighting at the end, and Iron Man's blasting and the shield is blocking, and it's like, that's straight the cover of the final issue of the original Civil War. So I did like a side-by-side screen grab kind of for him to see it, because I was like, that's the screen grab that for me, I was like, what? They fully recreated the moment with the shield and the Iron Man, and I thought it was a really great recapture of that moment.
Okay, but I think for me, the like young superhero or something, sometimes Betty and Veronica, I don't know. But like,
So you'd pick Betty? Betty? You're definitely a Betty for sure.
thank you.
You know, it used to be an adjective. Oh my God, she's such a Betty. Meaning that she's like a cute girl. But I didn't mean it like that. I meant like,
I know.
you're definitely a Betty.
Thank you.
Awesome, cool.
But so I agree with Charlie. Like the book Real Friends is all about finding friends and then going into middle school, and they're like, oh, let's put in for these classes, and you're like, I don't want to do those classes, so you have to go alone. You know, it's kind of like that.
Metaphorical says we need to get our channel monetized.
Daddy.
I've been leaning away from monetization, Meta, but I do appreciate the love, brother. And honestly, we get enough AOKs that I already feel like we're beyond monetized at this point. So
What's monetizing?
monetizing is when you take your channel after you have 1,000 subscribers, you can change a setting that allows people to donate money to your channel in the middle of your shows. They can do a little super chat.
Yeah, it says like join at the bottom, and you get.
You can also do a join, which allows people to pay like monthly, like $1 a month or something, and they get to support the channel. There's lots of sides. There's many problems that I have with it. Mostly is the fact that YouTube takes like a third. So if you can picture all the, let's say $100, 30 of the dollars go to YouTube on all of it. And so that's
not fair.
Well, you know, obviously they are doing some of the work, and you could argue that they're doing a third of the work in creating the platform and keeping it up and running and storing all your information.
But in quarantine, remember the notification bell wasn't working, so they should take $10
Yep.
off that fee.
Just don't run ads, right? Meta says that's the other thing. They can put ads on your channel, and then you get a little bit of money for all the ads, but they get the majority of the money created by having ads on your channel's videos.
It's not fair.
Yeah. So there's pluses and minuses. I kind of like the way it is right now, and I don't know that I'm ready to change it yet. But it's a personal preference thing, and I understand. Huge respect for people like Perry and Tom and Bueller and Gem Mint and these people that can really create like a little bit of a business almost out of it, where it's like, yeah, it's fun and I'm hanging out, but I'm also able to maybe make the hobby pay for itself a little bit. So I have huge respect for people that can do it. But I will say, the amount of AOKs that we have gotten, it's like we're getting paid. Like that, it is insane the amount of kind gifts and things that people have given us over the years.
Kindness
So
is free.
yeah, I mean, kindness, yeah. And honestly, the people who come into my chat, I feel like I know all of you guys, and that's what I'm doing this for, is the conversations with all of you. So, Cookie just jumped in here, just a little podcast. Good to see you, Cookie. Beta Ray Bill team up with the X-Men. Ooh. I'm excited to see what the MCU does with the X-Men and kind of how they interact. I think that's going to be really, really interesting to see how the mutants and the traditional superheroes we've had for so long kind of mix in that universe. I'm really interested in that. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the X-Men. I just want to see... I want to see Kevin Feige's vision of the X-Men. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I think it will be, I think, amazing. Let's see. I need to share a book here. Wait, did you both share a pop yet? You shared a pop. Charlie didn't share a pop. You got to share a pop.
You gotta share it, Pop.
You want to do mini?
Oh, Daddy, you have to put this one back up.
Oh, okay, I'll do it in a sec. This is Minnie Mouse as a gamer. She's got her headset. She's got her controller. She's even got little sneakers and a fun t-shirt.
Look, we figured out the neon thing.
Ah! I don't know that she's going to stand up there. Oh, there she is. All right, then we put that one up.
I'm Charlie's gonna borrow.
Does she need to go over here on this one?
Yeah.
We didn't share that one, though.
She looks great.
There we go.
We didn't share that one.
Yes, we did.
That'll work.
Oh.
Kindness is the ultimate currency. Ads during a video make me change the video. See, yeah, I know there's people that react to that way for sure. I occasionally, when it's a friend, I'll click on the ad just to give because they get a bump if you click on the ad. I'm not buying anything, but I'll click on the ad just to be like, hey, jabroni, here's an extra 50 cents from your buddy John. I clicked on that ad for you. Yeah, the Fantastic Four Super Russ. That'll be Kate is definitely going to be excited the day we get like Sue Storm in the MCU.
We did, but
No. I'm saying like meeting Ant-Man, or hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Actress for her.
You know what who people are talking about for Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm?
Who?
John Krasinski and
Why?
his wife. I know
That would be so perfect.
they've been talking to him a lot. Krasinski.
John
I was gonna
Krasinski.
say Emily.
Emily Blunt, yeah, the new Mary Poppins. I think they'd be great personally, but I know some people are like,
They look like perfect
he's
for
got
that role.
he's got the beard
He has the
going.
beard.
Yeah.
And she has the hair. She has the eyes.
Yep.
It's perfect. Please do that.
John
I think we're gonna
Krasinski
probably
and
get the
Black.
Fantastic Four before we get the mutants, but I don't know. I'd be interested to see how it all comes along.
but-
Mom, who would be
Daddy.
Ooh,
Johnny?
Meta's mentioning some great ones. Mentioning Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius, some of those nice ones that he
But
wants to see in there
Who would
for
be
sure.
the Thing and stuff? Like
But
they
Daddy,
made a
Emily
movie and they
Blunt-
had
Emily
Captain
Blunt,
Ball.
She married John Krasinski, right?
Yes.
So then that means her name is Emily Krasinski.
Well, she probably.
Well,
didn't
I don't
take
think
his
she
name.
changed her name when she's in movies because people know her as Emily Blunt. It might be confusing,
Who Emily Krasinski is?
right?
Because they could.
So
think
Feige says he wants to go younger for the FF. Ooh, interesting.
But who would play like? Because remember in the old ones you showed us the trailer and it was like Steve
Ooh,
Rogers.
Kachung mentioned Storm
Evans.
maybe being in the next Black Panther movie would be a good way to introduce her. Sorry, you said something about Chris Evans?
But like Chris Evans played Johnny. That doesn't match because what if he brings him in? That's
Well, they're gonna
different.
do a whole new cast for the FF.
Okay, good.
It's not gonna be the ones that were in that other
But
movie.
who would play the Thing?
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see how they do that.
It could be anyone.
Moon Knight. Yeah, didn't they announce a Moon Knight TV thing, a deal for a Moon Knight TV? I think maybe possibly. Personally, I really want to see a Mephisto in the next Doctor Strange. I would love to see like the sort of underworld a little bit in the next Doctor Strange. But that was just me. Good morning to the boy who had 7. Hello to you.
Daddy, we have to show Kate's pop.
You already did. Both of you shared one. You've got one left each. I'll do one book. You'll do one each, and then we'll be done. Okay? Because we've been on for 40 minutes already. 41 minutes exactly.
Woo!
Where did you say that?
They have Moon Knight versus Black Panther. Ooh, that could be interesting.
But Dad, I can't wait for the like Scarlet Witch and Vision and Loki TV shows.
Yeah.
Since
Those are
quarantine.
Kate's favorite characters: Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Loki. And the fact that they're all going to get a TV series.
And then it got paused
Two-
by
two-
quarantine.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of a bummer.
What's the other movie that was gonna come out?
Doctor Strange is your next
Black
movie,
Widow.
Perry. Ooh,
Black
Perry's
Widow.
watching that one.
We're gonna is Black Widow still?
Black
working
Widow's
on?
scheduled for Christmas time-ish, I think,
Okay,
somewhere
'cause
November, December.
We'll be out of quarantine hopefully then.
Hopefully, we'll be out sooner than that, but we'll see.
Because America is opening for summer.
We'll be out of school by
Oh,
then.
America's opening for summer.
I hope.
Nightmare is supposed to be the villain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Nightmare is a good choice. That's a good choice. Midnight Suns, Gorilla Todd says. So I'm gonna highlight this book again because I took a break. I read a bunch and then I took a break, and I'm gonna be reading this probably a big portion of the day when I've got free time. This is Rena's book. So Isle of Dark by Rena Brown, but Rena is Life with Two YouTubers, Sharon's daughter. And every day, like today, every Saturday, I should say, they do a live show and she interviews somebody. She's talking to the publisher for her book today. So you can listen to Rena talk about her book and how she got it published today on her mom's channel, Life with Two YouTubers.
Shout out to Rena.
Shout out to Rena, big time. And I'm really enjoying this. I just had a brutal week and could not read anything. I was just busy with so much. So I'm going to be powering this down. I'm hoping to get well past 150 pages in on this. I liked the beginning a bunch. I love a good fantasy book, and there's a ton of fantasy storylines here. If you're curious about it, you can go to isleofthedark.com, and you can read about it, and you can even order a copy of the book, support a young author with her first novel, isleofthedark.com. Yeah, the trailer for Vision and the Scarlet Witch sold me, says Comic Book
we
Fever.
see it?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Doctor Strange is in my top 5 MCU movies, says
They
Kachung.
make a Loki
I really like Doctor Strange, and I think it's funnier and than people expected it to be. And I love the final third, the third act of that movie is just epic good for sure.
Dormammu.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dormammu. I've come to bargain. Dormammu.
Okay, don't give it away. Perry hasn't seen it yet. We don't want to ruin anything. So I'm going to be reading Isle of the Dark a bunch today, and hopefully I get like a big chunk of the way through it because I got about 70 pages in, was it? Something like that. But I stopped for this week when I was just too busy, so I'm going to push through and get a ton read today on this one. And bye-bye, Kate. Did she leave?
I'm petting my friends.
You're petting your third pop? All right, Charlie, you share first this
No,
time.
She goes first.
No,
I
you've
don't
shared
wanna go
last every
first.
time.
I don't
You're
wanna
saving your favorite one for last,
Yes.
and Kate's saving her favorite one for last too.
And she always wants to be first on every bike ride, and now she's like, no.
But then you get
last.
to be first. You get to be in charge.
Do I want to be first?
Dobby.
Wait.
Hello, sir. Dobby is wondering. Dobby is thinking. Is Dobby free,
And
sir?
then he has a little piece
Dobby.
of magic. It's really cool.
Hello, sir. Dobby is here, sir.
I don't even. Yeah, I'm really bad at focusing that.
That's all right. You did a good job. So we got Dobby, and I'll put him over here.
Yeah.
See if I can balance him.
Favorite one.
And Charlie's favorite one.
The Flurkin.
Oh, the Flurkin, which is the cat from Captain Marvel, but is also an alien who eats the Infinity Stone, the cosmic cube, the Tesseract.
When he eats it, he's like a little kitty, and then he goes. Blah.
So this is Goose, the Flurkin.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It
I
has
still think
its
it's
own
hilarious, the
color.
giant mouth.
Okay, this is
It
really
has its
cool.
own
Though. I
color.
took Gamer Mini down because I'm obsessed with her. But like,
Nice, Kate. It was so sad. Yeah, it was, don't give it away, comic figure. Start. Don't read.
I know.
Don't read. Shh. Don't read. It's going to ruin Harry Potter stuff, please.
I thought it was like Kate something.
No,
like the
Harry
dog
Potter stuff.
died.
Harry Potter stuff.
I didn't know who some people died.
Oh, don't give it away either. I don't want anybody to know. I can't believe Discovery Bay is doing a pop-up shop immediately following the show. Is he awesome? I'm excited. I'll have to jump over there. I need to fill that up. Does Charlie like Hello Kitty?
We have a Hello Kitty pop.
We have a Hello Kitty pop?
it's
Yeah,
she's
she's
dressed
like-
in a burger.
Oh, she's dressed as a hamburger? That's
It's
hilarious.
funny.
She's in the lounge.
They do. You enjoy a little Hello Kitty, right?
Yeah, I like her outfits.
You like her outfits. There you go.
I'm a fashion.
There you go.
I never really.
Dobby
watched
is
it.
free.
Okay.
The
go
Flurkin Lurkin.
on. Don't look.
I'm not reading it.
Oh, it's fine. Comic figure. Don't worry about it. Tacoma Comics. Thanks, man. I didn't notice he was doing one. Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks for letting us know for sure that he was doing that. You're having trouble not doing it, right?
Wait,
It's so hard not
Dad.
to. It's so hard
Dad,
not to.
have them spam the chat so then it goes away.
Oh, I don't think we need to worry about that.
Spam the
Every
chat.
time I keep looking at
I
you.
already know that some people died.
Yes, definitely characters died.
Obvious.
Well, she read my book.
So we're gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna probably be in the chat for Discovery Bay just to help out, drop some links, and maybe win a couple of books. I hope everybody has a really nice Saturday. Hopefully you got a 3-day weekend. Those of you in the United States,
And a bonus fact about
we got a
this thing,
3-day weekend.
the cube glows in the dark.
The cube does glow in the dark. Are all
Yeah, I
cats
like it.
Flurkins or just just Goose? Not all cats are Flurkins
I
for
want
sure.
a Flurkin cat as long as it doesn't eat all my stuff. All my sandwiches.
yes, people are spamming.
It's all right.
I think metaphor.
It's already done. Meta's helping us out for sure.
Yeah.
Always.
It's already
Everybody have a
gone.
great day, great weekend. I'm going to try to get some reading, some gardening, and then I don't think I'm scheduled for any shows this weekend except Sunday night. JP and I are doing our usual Dungeons and Dragons. So you can expect to catch me on White Whale Comics channel for our D&D storyline that we're
Tomorrow?
doing. Well, that would be Sunday, wouldn't it?
Oh, really?
Oh.
Today was
Ooh.
I thought today.
But that's the next thing I'm going to be on. I was asked to come on a couple of shows tonight. We'll see if I get over there to help out with some shows. So you might see me on a late night jumping in here or there. But that's about it. Whoop.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, everybody, have a great